6 lucky numbers to win lottery and get rich on July 1st, 2025. Buddhist teachings. Have you ever noticed the same numbers showing up over and over on clocks, receipts, or license plates and felt like the universe is trying to tell you something? That's not random. It might be a sign that change is coming. In this video, The Journey of Wisdom reveals 6 lucky numbers to help you align with abundance and spiritual clarity on July 1st, 2025. These numbers aren't just about luck, they reflect deeper energies rooted in Buddhist teachings and universal balance. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom, and comment this mantra: I receive with gratitude. I share with compassion. Let's open the gateway together. 1. Number 5. Many of us, especially in our 30s to 60s, find ourselves caught in patterns, waking up to the same thoughts, going through familiar motions, silently hoping that tomorrow will bring a change, yet doing nothing different. Then, suddenly, like a gust of wind that clears away heavy clouds, we feel a pull-in urge to act, to speak, to finally move. That mysterious jolt is what the ancient seers recognized as the spirit of the number 5. In spiritual traditions, especially through the lens of Buddhist teachings, number 5 is not just a numeral, it is a wake-up call. It carries the frequency of a rebellious heart, the restless energy that cannot bear to see your potential locked in routine. As the Buddha once said, to understand everything is to forgive everything, and that begins with forgiving ourselves for waiting so long and choosing to act now. In July 2025, this number takes on even more weight. It becomes a thunderclap in the quiet sky, pushing us to break free, not with chaos, but with conscious clarity. Number 5 is deeply tied to motion and communication, mirroring Mercury's swift energy, reminding us that words and decisions have the power to shift our entire reality. When you see repeating 5, a receipt on a clock, in your dreams, it's not random. It's a sacred invitation, a gentle nudge from the universe urging, move now. Life is waiting. From a Buddhist view, stagnation is one of the roots of suffering because it paralyzes the flow of wisdom and compassion. But when we let energy move through us with awareness, real transformation is possible. Number 5 invites us not to leap blindly, but to leap with faith born from inner clarity. It challenges the hesitant voice that whispers, "You're not ready," and transforms it into a confident, compassionate, "You are capable." As the Dhammapada teaches, with mind well trained, one finds happiness. That happiness often lies just beyond the step we're afraid to take. So when number 5 starts showing up in your life, don't dismiss it. It's more than coincidence, it's a cosmic encouragement to embrace freedom, act on intuition, and allow life's richness to flow in. Say yes to what calls your soul. Say yes now. 2. Number 20. 7. Have you noticed this number appearing quietly in your life, maybe on a street sign, your phone battery percentage, or a random receipt? Not flashy, not loud, yet somehow it leaves a subtle trace, like a whisper from the universe nudging you to pay attention. This number doesn't chase recognition, but for those who are truly listening, it carries a message, especially during the days leading up to July 1st. In recent lottery patterns, number 27 has shown up consistently in the shadows, often accompanied by other spiritually charged numbers. Why does it keep coming back? In numerology, 27 blends 2 energies: the number 2, which is about emotional balance, connection, and quiet intuition, and the number 7, a symbol of deep inner wisdom and reflection. Together, they make a powerful duo that speaks not through noise, but through clarity and calm. Number 27. is like a bridge. It helps you balance your outside decisions with your inner calling, urging you to trust not just what you see, but what you feel. It's a number that invites you to stop overthinking and start aligning with your deeper sense of timing and truth. Remember the Buddha's words, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." So when 27 appears in your life again, especially around late June, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is life trying to show me right now? Is there a change you've been delaying? A choice that requires both courage and clarity? Could this be your signal to trust more deeply and move with confidence? Let this number be your nudge toward mindful action, because in the silence of 27, you might just find the clarity you've been searching for. The lesson here is simple but profound. When your heart and mind speak the same language, you don't have to force your path. It begins to unfold naturally. 3. Number 11. Let me speak to you directly, heart to heart, about something quietly powerful. Number 11, often overlooked but deeply meaningful, especially as we approach July 1st, 2025. In the world of numbers, some simply pass us by, while others stay with us like old friends whispering guidance. Number 11 is that silent friend, simple in form, just two ones standing together, yet profound in what it represents. Think of it as a spiritual compass, not one that points north, but one that points inward. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." And that's the essence of 11. This number isn't about loud victories or material proof. It's about the quiet strength of intuition. In Buddhist teachings, the path to awakening doesn't always arrive through analysis or effort. Sometimes it's born in stillness, in the pause between breaths, in that moment of calm when you finally hear your own inner voice. Number 11 lives in that space. It bridges the seen and unseen, the tangible world and the flow of energy that can't be measured but is deeply felt. People who are drawn to 11 often sense things others miss. They can feel a shift in a room before a single word is spoken. They dream with symbols, they notice patterns in chaos, and they carry an invisible empathy that can feel like both a gift and a burden. Does that sound like you? If so, you may be standing on the edge of transformation, one that isn't loud or flashy but just as real. Especially now, as the energy of Uranus, planet of insight and awakening, aligns strongly, there's a kind of inner trembling, not from fear, but from readiness. The days leading into July 1st, particularly around May 28th, hold a vibration that urges us to pause, reflect, and listen inward. If you've been hesitating, unsure of a decision or a step toward something new, this might be your moment. Ask yourself, not with your mind, but with your heart, what truth have I been ignoring? What path have I known all along, but been afraid to walk? Remember, real transformation often comes without fanfare. It arrives in silence, in clarity, in alignment, just like 11. So take a breath, trust your intuition, and let this quiet number guide you. What is your inner compass pointing toward today? If you've made it this far, you're already aligning with the energy of abundance and good fortune. Comment below with "lucky path" to affirm your readiness to welcome wealth into your life. Stay tuned, there's still more wisdom ahead that could guide you toward a truly prosperous the 1st of July. Don't miss the chance to embrace these powerful Buddhist insights. 4. Number 33. The number 33 carries more than numerical weight. It holds a spiritual resonance that speaks directly to the heart of those seeking clarity and compassion in a fast-moving world. In the realm of ancient numerology, 33 is known as a master number, vibrating at a higher frequency that aligns with divine service and unconditional love. It doesn't merely show up by chance, it appears when life calls us to rise above chaos and step into the quiet strength of purpose. As the sum of 3 plus 3, it also links directly to the number 6, a symbol of balance, harmony, and nurturing energy, reminding us that caring for others brings us closer to our own peace. The singular digit 3 carries creativity, joy, and expression, but doubled. Its power deepens, urging us to use our voice, gifts, and actions to lift those around us. This is why 33 is often seen as the number of the teacher, healer, and guide, the one who acts with compassion even when no one is watching. As we move through the restless energy of late June and into July, when the world feels like a whirlwind of plans, ambitions, and noise, 33 invites us to pause and breathe. It tells us, you are not alone, move with awareness, not haste. This is echoed in the Buddha's words, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Choosing the number 33 on July 1st, be it in a lottery ticket or a personal decision, is not about chasing a lucky break. It's about aligning with the deeper rhythm of life, where success follows those who walk with heart and clarity. In this, 33 becomes more than a number. It becomes a silent prayer, a grounded intention, a reminder that when we walk with purpose, the universe walks with us. 5. Number 17. Let me ask you something. Have you ever gone through a time so quiet, so still, that it felt like life itself was holding its breath? That's the kind of power 17 carries. It's not loud, flashy, or demanding. It arrives silently, like a whisper in the middle of the night or the gentle hush after a long cry. 17 isn't about quick wins or lucky strikes. It's about the deep, personal growth that happens when you think everything is falling apart. But in truth, something within you is waking up. 1 represents the beginning, the individual with the will to move forward. 7 represents the seeker, the soul that asks questions and looks for deeper meaning. Together, 17 becomes a sacred number, not for the faint-hearted, but for those who have known suffering, heartbreak, or failure. And yet, instead of breaking, they chose to rebuild. Isn't that a kind of strength we often overlook? This number speaks directly to those quiet fighters, people like you, who may not always show their battles, but live through them daily. In the ancient language of numerology and Buddhist-inspired understanding of karma, 17 is not just a number. It's a reminder that the path to wisdom often starts in pain, but never ends there. In astrology, 17 is linked to Saturn, the teacher of life who offers not just hope, but truth. Saturn won't give you comfort without challenge. It makes you sit with yourself, ask hard questions, learn through trials. But in return, it gives you something more precious than instant wealth. It gives you discipline, clarity, and self-mastery. Have you felt lately that life has hit pause, that you're standing between the past and the future, not knowing which way to turn? Maybe that's not confusion. Maybe it's the calm before your next step forward. Maybe 17 is already guiding you. On July 1st, 2025, the energy of 17 grows stronger, offering a rare chance to reconnect with the parts of you that are ready to rise again. If this number keeps appearing in your life on clocks, receipts, or even random signs, it's not just coincidence. It's the universe nudging you, reminding you that you're still here for a reason. Can you feel that? The quiet invitation to rebuild not just your life, but your inner world. Pause for a moment. Take a breath. Let go of the weight on your shoulders. The heartbeat you feel inside your chest, it's not just a sign of life, it's a sign of purpose. 17 tells you, you are not broken, you are building. And every challenge you faced was not the end, but the beginning of a stronger, wiser you. So, what will you choose to build from here? 6. Number 14. Have you ever found yourself repeatedly noticing the number 14 on clocks, receipts, even random sign sand felt a strange pull toward it. This isn't just a coincidence. It's what many spiritual traditions, including Buddhist thought, would recognize as a subtle signal, kind of compassionate whisper from the universe, encouraging you to pause and reflect. In the teachings of mindfulness and karmic alignment, 14 carries the energy of conscious transformation. The number 1 calls you to awaken, to take that first bold step into the unknown. It's the leader, the igniter of change. The number 4, by contrast, is the wise architect. It's about building, grounding, and nurturing stability with care. Together, 14 becomes a beautiful blend of action and wisdom, risk and responsibility. It asks, are you moving forward just to escape your past, or are you stepping forward because you've truly grown beyond it? That's a powerful question, isn't it? Interestingly, this number often surfaces during the end of May, a time vibrationally linked to the number 5, symbol of freedom, curiosity, and fresh energy. For the past 10 years, many lottery winners have seen 14 among their lucky numbers during this very season. Now, does this mean 14 guarantees riches? Not quite. But in a deeper sense, it speaks to something more lasting, the wealth of inner transformation. The Buddha once said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." If your thoughts are aligned, clear, and disciplined, the number 14 becomes more than just a digit. It becomes a mantra of movement with purpose. So, whether you're thinking of changing careers, taking a chance on love, or yes, even choosing lottery numbers for July 1st, let 14 be your quiet affirmation. I am ready not just to hope for something better, but to build it with both hands and a clear heart. What area of your life is calling for this kind of intentional transformation today? By watching this video, you've already taken the first step toward unlocking financial blessings. Comment Buddhist blessing to let the universe know you're open to receiving abundance. Stick with us, more spiritual insight is on the way to guide your journey to richness and peace. Habits that will help you get richer every day. Everyone wants to be rich, but what does rich really mean? Is it just about having more money, or is it also about waking up with peace, feeling fulfilled in your relationships, and growing into a wiser version of yourself every day? The truth is, wealth isn't built in sudden leaps. It's shaped quietly through daily habits, like a tree growing from a seed, nourished by the choices we make. Today, let's explore 6 simple habits that not only increase your financial well-being, but also help you build a richer, more balanced life. These habits are practical, rooted in mindfulness, and designed to help you grow step by step, day by day. Number 1. Live below your means. Living below your means isn't about being stingy or denying yourself joy. It's about understanding the power of patience and intention. Like the slow, steady growth of a tree from a single seed, financial stability is nurtured not by how much you earn, but by how wisely you use it. Too often, we fall into the habit of spending to impress or to soothe emotions, trying to reflect a lifestyle that doesn't match our true financial reality. But as the Buddha once said, contentment is the greatest wealth. Choosing to spend less than you earn is an act of self-respect and long-term compassion for yourself and those who depend on you. Instead of chasing every new gadget or luxury, consider the deeper peace that comes from knowing your bills are covered, your savings are growing, and your life is aligned with your values. It's a quiet confidence, one that doesn't shout but lasts. In today's world of social media and relentless advertising, it's easy to feel pressure to keep up. But wealth isn't measured by what you show, it's measured by the freedom you have. As Warren Buffett wisely said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." That principle builds resilience. It allows you to withstand life's surprises, like a job loss or a medical emergency, without panic. It also opens doors to invest, not just in stocks or real estate, but in experiences, learning, and relationships that compound in value far beyond money. Living modestly doesn't mean living small. It means living wisely, with room to grow. Just as Zen teaches us to let go of attachment, living below your means is a modern form of detachment from material illusion. It doesn't mean rejecting comfort, but choosing sustainability over short-term thrill. And when we build this habit, we start to see that true richness comes from the freedom to choose, the ability to give, and the presence of mind to enjoy what we already have. There's an old saying, "A rich man is not one who has the most, but one who needs the least." This mindset transforms how we approach our finances. When we stop comparing and start cultivating, we find more peace, more clarity, and more genuine wealth. So, if you're looking for a habit that will quietly make you richer every day, start by living a little below your means. Let your spending reflect not your ego, but your purpose. Let it mirror not your wants, but your wisdom. Number 2, learn something every day. Let me ask you something. What did you learn today? If your answer is nothing, then you've missed an opportunity to grow richer, not just in your bank account, but in your mindset and potential. Learning something new every single day is one of the simplest and most powerful habits you can build. Think of knowledge as the quietest form of wealth. It doesn't scream for attention, it doesn't flash like a fancy car or a new watch, but it quietly transforms your life from within. This kind of wealth can't be stolen, and it doesn't lose value over time. In fact, the more you share it, the richer it becomes. When you take time to study investing, read about people who have succeeded, or dive deep into your own talents and abilities, you're not just collecting information, you're training your mind to see opportunities, to make better decisions, and to grow beyond your current limitations. In the teachings of Buddhism, this is known as cultivating right understanding, seeing things clearly without illusion or ignorance. This clarity is what gives birth to wise choices, which in turn lead to better actions and better results. So, instead of just scrolling on your phone or watching something that doesn't help you grow, why not take 10 or 15 minutes to read something that challenges your thinking or listen to a podcast that opens your mind to new possibilities? What kind of person would you become if you committed to learning something valuable every day for the next year? Every small lesson adds up. You might not notice the change in a week, maybe not even in a month, but 6 months from now, a year from now, you'll look back and realize that you've transformed. Your thoughts will be sharper, your confidence higher, and your decisions more precise. That's the kind of internal wealth that leads to external success. And remember, learning isn't limited to books. It can be found in conversations with wise people, in observing how others live, or even in reflecting on your own mistakes and victories. The key is to stay curious and stay humble. Ask questions, seek answers, and never assume you know everything, because the moment you think you've arrived is the moment you stop growing. So let's make it a habit. What if before going to bed each night you ask yourself, "What did I learn today?" Wouldn't that simple question shift the way you approach your day? In the end, the message is clear. To grow rich not just with money, but with wisdom, peace, and purpose, you must be willing to learn. Daily, consistently, quietly. Just like the bamboo that grows roots for years before breaking the surface, your learning will prepare you for a future that's stronger, deeper, and more stable than you can yet imagine. So, if you're serious about building a better life, start by building a better mind. And remember this, the more you learn, the more you earn. Not just in dollars, but in the richness of your thoughts, your choices, and your life. Number 3, avoid impulsive spending. Let's talk about something that affects almost everyone: often without us even realizing it. Impulsive spending. You know that feeling when you're scrolling online or walking through a store and something catches your eye, and before you know it, you've tapped your card or clicked "Buy now." It happens quickly, almost like we're on autopilot. But if we want to grow wealth, not just material wealth, but peace of mind and a life free from unnecessary worry, this is one habit we must gently bring our awareness to. You see, every time you spend impulsively, you're not just using money, you're trading a piece of your future freedom for a fleeting desire. This is where mindfulness becomes our most valuable companion. As the Buddha once said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So when you pause and ask yourself, do I truly need this? Or will this bring me lasting joy or just momentary pleasure? You're not just avoiding an unnecessary purchase, you're training your mind to act with intention, not reaction. That small pause builds your discipline muscle, and that discipline becomes the foundation of your financial and emotional resilience. Now think about it. How often do we buy things not because we need them, but because we're trying to fill an emotional void? Maybe we're bored, stressed, or trying to reward ourselves for a tough day. But what if we asked a different question instead? What am I really feeling right now? That question can be more valuable than any sale or special offer. Because often, it's not the item we want, it's comfort, validation, or a sense of control. By becoming aware of this, we can start choosing better ways to nourish those needs, like spending time with loved ones, meditating, walking in nature, or simply being still and observing our breath. Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, "Mindfulness helps you go home to the present." And every time you go there and recognize a condition of happiness that you have, happiness comes. So instead of chasing happiness in a shopping cart, why not return to the happiness that's already present within you? Building wealth isn't just about earning more, it's also about protecting what you already have. And impulsive spending is like a leak in your financial ship. It may seem small, but over time, it can take you far off course. And the irony, most of the things we buy on impulse end up collecting dust, while the money we spent on them could have been growing, serving our goals, or even helping someone in need. So ask yourself now, what small shift could I make today to spend more mindfully? Could it be setting a 24-hour rule before making any non-essential purchase? Or keeping a simple list of financial goals where you can see them daily, reminding you of what truly matters? It's not about being strict or depriving yourself, but about aligning your spending with your values. When your money flows toward things that support your peace, growth, and long-term dreams, you'll feel the difference, just in your bank account, but in your soul. So next time you feel that urge to buy something on a whim, take a deep breath and remember, true richness is not in what you possess, but in how you live. How do you want to live? If this message resonates with you, share one simple way you avoid impulsive spending. Just comment, "I wait 24 hours before buying." Let's inspire each other with mindful habits. Number 4, track your money. In our journey toward financial well-being, one of the most transformative yet often overlooked habits is tracking our money. Just as in meditation, where we observe our breath or thoughts without judgment to better understand ourselves, keeping a close eye on our spending and income gives us the clarity to make wise decisions. This practice is like cultivating mindfulness, not in a temple or a forest, but in the everyday dance of dollars and cents. As the Buddha once said, to understand everything is to forgive everything, and to understand our financial behavior, we must first become aware of it. When we know where each dollar goes, we begin to reclaim power over our choices. Most people drift through life financially asleep, surprised when they're short on cash, unsure of where their money has disappeared. But money, like time, slips away quietly unless it is watched with care. This is not about obsessing over numbers or living in restriction. It's about creating freedom through knowledge. As Warren Buffett wisely put it, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. That level of discipline begins with awareness. Keeping a simple record of your spending, be it through an app, a spreadsheet, or even a notebook, turns a vague intention into an honest conversation with yourself. It invites you to ask, is this purchase bringing me closer to the life I want, or is it just a distraction? In Buddhism, we talk about the middle path, not clinging to extremes of indulgence or denial. Similarly, financial mindfulness means we neither hoard out of fear nor waste out of impulse. We align our spending with our values. Think of your money as a mirror, reflecting your priorities. If the reflection makes you uncomfortable, you have the power to change it, but only if you're looking. As modern life grows busier and more complex, it's easy to let subscriptions pile up, small expenses go unnoticed, and emotional spending become a silent leak. But when you practice financial mindfulness, even small changes like canceling unused memberships or setting a daily spending limit become acts of self-respect and care. Lao Tzu once said, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." In knowing how we spend, we learn not just about our habits, but about our inner life, our fears, desires, and what truly matters to us. Over time, this habit doesn't just make you richer. Financially, it makes you wiser, calmer, and more intentional. So, as we walk the path of prosperity, let tracking your money be a daily practice, not just a chore. Let it be a quiet act of mindfulness that brings you closer to the life of balance, freedom, and peace that you seek. Number 5. Stay disciplined, not rushed. Let's talk about one of the most powerful habits you can develop on your journey to becoming richer every single day, not just in money, but in peace of mind and long-term fulfillment. It's the habit of staying disciplined, not rushed. In a world that constantly tells you to hurry, to hustle, to get rich quick, this idea might feel like you're swimming against the current. But the truth is, wealth that's built slowly, with patience and integrity, has deeper roots and lasts far longer than anything snatched in a moment of urgency. Ask yourself, what's the use of gaining riches quickly if it comes with anxiety, sleepless nights, and the kind of stress that eats away at your joy? Often, those who rush ahead may see early gains, but they lose the steady rhythm that builds real wealth over time. Some even sacrifice their values or relationships, only to find regret waiting at the finish line. Discipline, on the other hand, is quiet. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It simply shows up day after day, doing the right thing even when no one is watching. That kind of effort, steady and intentional, is what builds unshakable foundations. Think about the bamboo tree. It spends years growing its roots underground before it even breaks the surface. But when it finally does, it grows rapidly. The same is true for wealth. Your roots, your habits, your mindset matter far more than fast results. So instead of rushing toward an invisible finish line, what if you chose to take each step with clarity and calm? What if you made progress your priority, not speed? Discipline also allows you to stay aligned with your values. It reminds you to work ethically, to keep promises, to live in a way that doesn't leave you feeling hollow at the end of the day. This is what many call the middle way, a path taught by the Buddha that avoids extremes. It means not being lazy, but also not burning yourself out. It's about balance. Can you recognize when your drive for success starts becoming desperation? That's the moment to slow down, to breathe, to return to your principles. This habit of choosing discipline over speed trains your mind to think long-term. It helps you develop resilience. It encourages you to build things that will still matter 5, 10, or even 20 years from now. Rushing, on the other hand, often leads to shortcuts, and shortcuts can easily turn into mistakes. So pause and ask yourself, are you chasing quick wins, or are you investing in lasting success? In the end, the lesson is simple but powerful. Wealth that grows slowly is wealth that stays. Be patient with your growth. Stay consistent in your actions. Trust the process. Let discipline be your compass, and let peace be your reward. Because the richest life isn't just measured in money, it's measured in how you feel while you're earning it. Number 6. Be creative, not just busy. Let me ask you something. Are you truly moving forward in life, or are you just running in place? You see, there's a big difference between being busy and being effective. Many of us fill our days with tasks, checking off to-do lists, responding to emails, jumping from one thing to another, but at the end of the day, we feel like nothing meaningful has changed. This is where the wisdom of being creative, not just busy, comes into play. True wealth, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual, comes from doing work that matters, work that solves problems, and work that adds real value to others. The Buddha once said, "Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it." When we tap into our creativity, we go beyond routines and open ourselves up to opportunities that the busy mind might overlook. Creativity doesn't mean you need to be an artist or a musician. It means using your insight, your compassion, and your unique perspective to approach problems in ways that others haven't. It means asking, what can I do differently? How can I serve better? What problem needs a solution that I'm capable of offering? These are the kinds of questions that open the doors to wealth, not just in money, but in meaning. And let's not forget, when we create something that helps others, we're aligning with a core principle of Buddhist wisdom, compassion in action. Wealth isn't something that just comes from grinding harder. It flows to those who bring light to dark places, who ease burdens, who solve with wisdom. Take a moment and think about the people or companies that are truly thriving. What do they have in common? Most of them didn't get ahead just by being busy. They found a unique way to solve a problem. They were creative, thoughtful, and mindful of what people really needed. And that's something we can all do, in big ways or small. It starts with being present. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, the most precious gift we can offer others is our presence. If we are always in a rush, if our minds are always on the next task, we miss the spark of creativity that lives in the now. So the next time you feel overwhelmed with tasks, pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I just being busy, or am I building something meaningful? What value am I creating today? Where is my energy going, and is it taking me closer to a life of purpose and abundance? These aren't easy questions, but they are essential ones. Because the truth is, no matter how hard you work, if you're not working with intention and creativity, you may just be spinning your wheels. But if you take a step back, breathe, and start looking at your life through the lens of creativity and compassion, everything changes. You begin to move with purpose. You start to notice opportunities where others see obstacles, and that's when real growth begins, not just in your bank account, but in your soul. And there you have its 6 numbers, each carrying a deeper message, and 6 habits, each a quiet step toward true abundance. Whether you believe in luck, karma, or simply the power of mindful living, remember this: real wealth begins from within. If this video has sparked something in you, I invite you to pause, reflect, and ask, what am I truly ready to receive, and what am I willing to let go? If you found value in today's journey, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need these messages, subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to grow with us. Until next time, may your path be guided by clarity, your choices rooted in compassion, and your heart open to all the richness life has to offer. Stay mindful. Stay wise.